Hey guys, so Guardians was released this weekend at the box office, and it did not really deliver on the numbers that were first projected. Today, let's dive into those numbers and some of the articles that are being written about Guardians being released at the box office this past weekend. Now, even though Guardians was released this weekend, Mario continues to do very well at the box office, making 50 million. But what I really want to do is dive into the numbers, look at some of the articles that are being written, and kind of just have an open discussion about the current state of the MCU, Disney, and what's going on with these comic book films underperforming, specifically here in the US. I do want to mention that I did see Guardians this weekend and I absolutely loved it. I think every one of you should go out there and see it, especially if you've seen the other two. It's a great film. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm going to do an actual review video later this week and kind of do a deeper dive into what I thought about it. But it's a very good movie, and it actually, I think it deserved to do a little bit better than what it did. So let's take a look at one of those articles right now. Now, again, they're only saying even higher based on that 114 million projection, which was dropped below the already low projection of 120 and 140. So Deadline is reporting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 even higher with 118 million opening. MCU James Gunn threequel had 90 million global promo partner campaign. James Gunn's MCU threequel Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came in even higher than Disney was anticipating. We had a sense it was 116 million on Saturday night. The pick is now at 118.4 million per Disney this morning after a 31.4 million Sunday. Yesterday was forecasted at 27 million. That's the 12th highest opening of all time during the month of May and 8 million ahead of the projected 110 million. Something, again, to keep in mind is that 110 million was projected early Saturday morning. They changed their initial projection of 120 to 140 million. So yes, it is ahead of what it was projected, but that lesser projection of 110 came in after they were seeing the numbers roll in. Now the article goes on to say, Disney accomplished this feat this AM off a global promotional partner campaign valued at 90 million, ad sources tell us. I understand that amount is more than double the spend of the two previous Guardians of the Galaxy films combined. Now, I'm not surprised that Disney did this after they seen the Thursday night showing numbers, Friday numbers, and probably early Saturday. They scrambled and they did what Disney does. They threw money at the situation to fix it. Because if this movie fails, it's not just Guardians of the Galaxy that's failing, it's the entire MCU. Now, as I was saying earlier, the international numbers for this movie were very good, but the biggest issue is, why is the US demographic not picking up the Marvel films anymore? And it's not a matter of people not going to the movie theater. I mean, take a look at a movie like Mario. It did very well. Take a look at Top Gun. It did very well. Even Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, though it didn't meet its predecessor's numbers, it did very well. But then if you look at all the other Marvel projects like Eternals, Ant-Man, Thor, Love and Thunder, these movies are not performing the way Marvel films before them really did. Now, if you're asking me, I think comic book fatigue is a real thing. It's taking place and we are witnessing it, specifically with the Marvel brand. They are going to be affected the most by this comic book fatigue, new era of films being released at the box office. I'm saying that because all these movies are very intertwined, and when one of them doesn't do well, it's kind of a domino effect for all of the other ones. Now, with this movie not doing that well domestically, you have to wonder, how is a movie like Marvel's gonna perform when the Guardians, they have their own ride at Disney? I mean, they are very loved and cherished characters. I called it earlier and I will call it again. Marvel's will be a huge box office disappointment for Disney, for the MCU. But hey guys, that's just my real perspective. I'd love to hear yours. Drop a comment below, sound off, and let's talk about it. Did you guys see Guardians this weekend? Are you going to see it? Are you waiting for it to hit Disney Plus? I want to know what you guys think. And I also want to know why you didn't go to the theater this weekend to see it. I'm curious to see why people are not showing up in the US to see the Marvel movies. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.